So in this segment, we're going to be discussing another Tory, sort of Tory MP slash aide being accused of betting on the election. And this is wild. It's more kind of pretty borderline insider trading stuff. You would have to say a big allegedly, because it's stuff is ongoing. But this is pretty crazy, to be honest with you, because of the fact that some of these people had insider knowledge about when an election was going to be held. And they bet on it like absolute morons.
This government will have integrity, professionalism, and accountability at every level.
Press X to doubt.
Leaving Partygate and Boris Johnson's leadership behind was Rishi Sunak's pledge as he walked into number 10.
Trust is earned.
This week, a gambling scandal has once again embroiled the party in sleaze allegations. Just 11 days out from an election date, insiders are alleged to have bet on.
I've got no reason to believe it's gone any further than what has been reported. But as I say, frustrating though this may be, the party have been given explicit instructions by the Gambling Commission that we should not be discussing this at all.
Yeah, they are under investigation, but anyone involved in that should be immediately suspended.
They may have thought it was an ace up their sleeve. It could prove anything but for these senior Tories. Craig Williams, candidate and close aide to the PM, admitted to a flutter on the election date earlier in June. He denies wrongdoing. Tory campaign manager Tony Lee and his wife, candidate Laura Saunders, are also under investigation by the Gambling Commission. She has vowed to cooperate. And today, the Sunday Times revealed that the Conservatives' data chief, Nick Mason, is also being probed, today denying wrongdoing. He and Tony Lee have taken leave of absence while the other two continue to campaign.
So this is Sunak essentially losing senior members of his team, I believe. And it's just crazy. Like, these people, they earn a lot of money. Like, the only excuse, there's no excuse really, but the only thing I can think of is either they are avid gamblers, they may have seen the chance to make good money, or living in central London is way more expensive than we could have anticipated, or in and around central London, they can't afford it because they don't want to commute from the outer edges of London. Oh.
Today, the Lib Dems joined Labour in calling on the PM to suspend the candidates.
I think for many people it will remind them of the Partygate times, where it was one rule for them and one rule for everybody else.
Another headache to contend with this morning.
That's actually a comparison Michael Gove made, funnily enough, that he did compare it to being as bad as Partygate, which again does bring back the memories of how bad Partygate was. That's something Phil pointed out fairly recently, and I agree with that because of the fact that Partygate was pretty horrendous, and he got examples of insider trading. It'll probably bring people back to the memories of I think it's the early 1990s under Major, where you had the big sleaze allegations, cash for questions and all that kind of stuff.
A secret recording from the BBC of a candidate and MP describing the Rwanda scheme as
crap. Okay? It's crap.
He went on to say,
but it's not about the policy, it's about the effect of the policy. Yes.
He told the BBC he was disappointed to have been recorded while being candid about the response to the policy.
So he's saying, I'm annoyed that my honesty was caught on camera, effectively, which is a really, really, dead defence. He just said, look, that's what I believed at the time, but my mind changed or something. You could have come up with a much better defence of, I'm upset I was recorded at a moment I was being honest.
Labour were quick to capitalise, posting the first part of the recording, as they today were criticised by their largest donor, the union Unite.
And what we need is we need to straitjacket off a little bit, get some wiggle room there. Borrowing to invest is not the same as other borrowing.
The union hasn't endorsed Labour's manifesto.
I agree 100% with Sharon Graham. There's a separate video that I'll make regarding this,
which sticks to the Conservatives' fiscal rules.
Every time you have a go at Jeremy Hunt, you're having a go at Rachel Reeves.
Oof.
Stings, doesn't it?
That's a burn right there.
Our plan has got a clear sense around how we will drive the long-term growth and change that we need to see across our country.
The numbers are exactly the same.
But with some really important first steps.
It's tinkering. All they're doing is tinkering. The fact that Channel 4 kind of bundled this together is a bit weird, I'll say, but I think it's more like a news roundup kind of thing. But this is the key crux of this story here, that you have potential insider trading from people who were in the know. This information was not public, and bets were made without kind of there being public knowledge. Now, the one thing you don't do is you don't mess with bookies. You don't mess with the bookies. because they're, you know, when it comes to betting odds, the betting odds you know, are generally more accurate than the polling in some sense. So if someone's the favourite to win a seat and the polls say otherwise, you might want to go with the betting odds purely because they do better polling and better research. Because anyway, that's how they make their money. If they're wrong, they will lose money. So there's a lot more statistical analysis, things like that goes into gambling than I think people realise. And this is the key. This is the key of the story here. That you've got more kind of Tory aides and MPs being dragged into this betting scandal, and what they're winning is, I don't think it's even a lot of money. I don't know what they're thinking, to be honest with you. It's just crazy. And from what I've heard, any bets that were made over the £20 were immediately logged to the betting commission, and that's what, you know, kind of starts this investigation off. Because again, you don't mess with the house, always wins, and that's what this lot are going to realise. Imagine going to jail because you made like a bet for a couple of £100. You might win a couple of grand at best. Now you're going to win potentially a jail sentence because it's a white collar crime, and people don't, you know, the courts don't look at those too favourably. You'll be put in a nice jail, sure, but you might get a longer jail term than you expect. But anyways, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, comment, share, subscribe, support the channel on Patreon if you can, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.